Hey guys, welcome to another pickup video. Like I said, I promised here's just a pickup video of a few things that I've gotten over the last few months. Not a whole lot, just been really busy and haven't really gone looking for games in like a couple months, so um, not that much. But the stuff I did get is pretty awesome. I've played pretty much all of it at this point, and happy to have it. A couple of these. Let's see, one of these is a duplicate. Actually, two of these technically is a duplicate. Let's just start with the first one. The Orange Box for PlayStation 3. I already have this game for the Xbox 360, but my Xbox 360 is upstairs, and whenever my wife's upstairs watching Hulu or Netflix or whatever, and if I ever get the urge to play this game, which trust me, it's happened, I can't play it. I'm not just going to take the TV, but found it only $6. This game goes for a lot more still. I mean, this game's still, for some reason, like $20 to $30 online when you go to look for it, and GameStop's not much better. So for $6, I was more than happy to pick it up. I love Half-Life 2. It's probably like the third version of Half-Life 2 that I've bought now, or fourth. I mean, I own it on Steam, physical PC, the 360. Now I own it on the PS3, so yeah, four. Crazy. Let's jump into the Super Nintendo games now. Let's start off with the duplicate, Batman Returns for the Super Nintendo. I already have this game, but I was at the flea market and they only had it for $6, so I picked it up just because this game goes for a lot more online, so maybe I can work it out with the trade with a fellow person that collects games for a game that I actually want. So yeah, Batman Returns, great beat 'em up, not better than freaking Ninja Turtles. And I think Spider-Man's a little better. Maximum Carnage, but whatever. X-Kalibur 2097. That's X-Kalibur. This game is actually pretty cool. I actually like this game a lot. It's a platformer, kind of beat 'em up fantasy game where you going around and you're killing like these monsters and these soldiers trying to get back. You're like secret agents in the future and you're trying to get your partner back. It's pretty cool. It's not bad at all, actually. I'm very happy I got it. It was only $5. Might as well pick it up. I never see this out anywhere, so sweet game. Gex 3 for the Nintendo 64. Now, I already have Gex 3 for the PlayStation 1. The Gex games are some of my favorite games that I remember playing as a kid. I would go over to my friend's house all the time, and Gex is what we'd play, especially like the Horrorland levels and things like that. Gex is just he's a badass character, and he kind of just got lost in the annals of time. You don't ever hear people talk about Gex anymore, and I think the games are pretty cheap. The cool thing about this is I also got the box with it, so, I mean, badass. I think I only paid $10, which is a fair deal, I think, for a boxed Nintendo 64 game these days, especially one I grew up with. Moving along, both these games I had as a kid, unfortunately over the years they just disappeared. And one is Godzilla, the King of Monsters. Yeah, I know. How do you not have Godzilla yet? Nah. Well, I mean, shit, man. Things just get lost over the years. So, a lot of people talk bad about this game, but as a kid, I fucking love this game. I used to watch Godzilla with my dad all the time, and all kinds of other monster movies that were in the same genre. Gamera, Ultraman. Even like the old Power Rangers, as cheesy as they were, the monster scenes is where it was at. But this game, I love this game. Sure, it's not great, but it's for the time, for what it was, it is an actually really good Godzilla game, in my opinion. It's weird, the chess piece thing, I know, but this thing has, just look at that artwork. That is badass artwork right there. And this has got to be one of the coolest and best top 5 for me of the NES music library right here. The soundtrack for this game is awesome. And now my other NES game, Metroid. I know, how do I not have this one either? Things just get lost, like I said, but Metroid, a very difficult game, still very, very fun. It holds up today. I fired this on today and played it, and I was just brought back years of nostalgia at my grandma's house. Granted, I love Super Metroid. I think, the most out of any Metroid game that's come out. I mean, Metroid Fusion was a close tie for me because I loved like how horror sci-fi that one got compared to Super Metroid and Zero Mission and all that. But anyway, Metroid's a great game. Last but not least for the games that I picked up, and this is a good one. I only got this for $30, so it's kind of a steal if you think about it. Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega Genesis. This game is very hard to find. It was the first time I've seen it in my 4 or 5 years now of collecting video games. This game, very expensive if you try to look for it online or anywhere else. I found this game the last video I did when I was telling you about the asshole security guard at the flea market. This was just a very fortunate find. Like I said, only $30 for this game. You know, it's still kind of high. I don't like paying that much for games, but considering I've never seen this in person, and I don't think I probably would have seen it there if I went again next weekend or any other times, I had to get it. So Castlevania Bloodlines, one of the best Castlevania games in my opinion, and very happy to have this. And if you didn't know, I collect toys also of things that I had when I was a kid that I loved. And the only toy pickup I found there was this little Ultraman toy. I never see Ultraman toys at the flea market. I always see Godzillas, but they're always like the rip-off, you know, 5-cent made Godzilla toys that look like shit. But this is a legitimate Ultraman Towards the Future toy right here. His chest piece used to light up. There's a little button in the back you press right above his ass crack for some reason. But, you know, his little diamond in the center of his chest used to light up. Ultraman Towards the Future was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. I had almost all of the toys back then. Don't know where any of them went, but I mean, I have probably 2 of them. I have the Gaius, I think, and Ultraman himself. But Ultraman Towards the Future was a badass show. The Super Nintendo game, Ultraman Towards the Future, is actually really good in my opinion. You just gotta learn how to use the fighting mechanics. If you'd like to see that, my link to my review will be below in the description. Check it out. The game's pretty good, and Ultraman toy, sweet. Anyway guys, that's my pickup video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, have a good night.